Hi everybody, it's Lene. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel today. So last week we did this 6x6 Autumn Garden paper pack. And we did a little 6x6 project and I read all of your comments. You guys loved this paper pack. You loved the fall colors. You loved the cute little kitty. And you know what? This little kitty, for this project, for this layered book, if you haven't seen this video, go back and watch last week. So yeah, and today you're going to find out who won this one. So keep watching. But I thought we would go ahead and we would use the 12 by 12 version. So what can we do with the 12 by 12 version? I thought we'd do a one-page wonder. Last week I started out the project thinking I was going to do a one-page wonder, and I just ended up using so many 6x6 papers it wasn't really fair to call it that. So today it's going to be a one-page wonder. So what I'm going to do is do a little remake on this one. This one I did for, was it Christmas in July, I think? And you guys, it's just a really easy Christmas card. I'll link this one at the end of the video. But it truly is a one-page wonder. So you're doing this, then you've got this little place to write your little sentiment. You could even add a gift card there. And then there's like the cute little pocket watch. You're opening this flap. And there's a pocket here for like tags or whatnot. Then over here you've got a little pocket that you could add a gift card to. And then this splits. And then you just got this pretty little scene. So we're going to take this layout and we're going to do it in an autumn theme. And many of you are fine with transitioning from one paper pack to another and utilizing them in different ways and just copying the layout. And some people find it really difficult. So that's kind of the focus of today's video, of how you can take a design and then turn it into something new. All right, so this is this beautiful paper. We're, once again, not going to use this one today. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then we've got the beautiful golden leaves on the back, little cutout page, card toppers, great, beautiful stripe. This is the one we're going to use for our one-page wonder with that little kitty, because you know what? It's Halloween week and it's adorable. And it's got all these beautiful hydrangeas and other flowers. We'll probably use a little bit of these papers in the tags and the check. But, you know, we got to do layered tags. That's kind of my thing. So we'll be bringing in some other papers with that. But this is going to be our focal paper. So let me get organized here. And, oh man, I just had a pile of stuff kind of avalanche there. All right, so you guys who craft every day, you know what I'm talking about the avalanche of stuff when it just starts to go. So the first thing we're going to do on this one, you guys, this is so easy to do. That's why I think it's one of my favorites. So we're taking the 12 by 12, take your paper cutter or your ruler and your scissors, and we're just going to cut it. If it's directional, pay attention that we have things going this way and then things going this way. So we're going to cut this at 6 by 12. And I'm going to write it down. I always get going and then I forget. So for our 12 by 12, you're going to do 2, ooh, that's a terrible W, 6 by 12. Okay, there we go. And then we're only going to make one more cut after that. Oh, I can't put it on the avalanche spot. What am I going to do with this stuff? The avalanche actually fell over, so I had to attend to that. All right, so we've got our 6 by 12, and we are going to score this at 4 and 8 inches. See how we're keeping that little kitty right there. All right, and we're going to do this other one right here. Also at 4 and 8 inches. Okay, don't need the scoreboard anymore. All right, so now we're going to do a little folding. So I want this guy, he's so cute, but I think I want him to be on the inside of my card. So if I fold this like this, he's going to be on the outside, which is so cute. That's adorable. But I could put something else on the outside, and we could flip this over and we could put him on the inside. We could do this one. Let me think about it. All right, I thought about it. So let's write down our scores. So you want to do that at 4 and 8 inches. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this little guy on the inside of the book because I want somebody to open it up and see how cute he is, right? So the cover is not a problem. We can figure that one out. So we're going to take this one and we're going to put it like this, all right? So that this is going to be the outside cover. Don't worry, we're going to decorate it. And this is going to be the inside, so when you first open your book, okay, you're going to see this little guy. The next thing we're going to do is glue some papers together. Oh, no, before that, we're going to do a little notch. Okay, this is such like busy paper. I want you guys to see the folds on this. So I'm going to ink this because I think it'll really help. There we go. Yeah, better. All right. So now this is a 1.5 inch circle punch. Okay, and we're just going to do like a third of it. And I turn it upside down so I can see where I'm punching. Okay, that's just a cute little notch that's going to go right there, because we're going to make a pocket right there. And while we're at it, we can ink on this one. I'm not going to worry about inking too much. There we go, like that. And then we do want to ink this little guy. I think I'm running out of ink. I'm using cocoa bean. Okay, let's give this a try. There we go. All right, so that's kind of when you're opening it. And then here. All right, so that's your opening page, like that. I love it. All right, so we're gonna take some glue. I like to use Cosmic Shimmer Specialist Acrylic Glue. I get asked about this a lot. And these items are all tagged, or linked rather, down below my video, either in Amazon storefront or a Paper Wishes supplies link. So you can find everything there. All right, and we're just going to put those right there, and you're just aligning your paper, just like this. You're gonna go like this and like this. And then you'd want to make sure you haven't gotten too much glue on this side, because you want this page not to get stuck. And then on this side, we don't want it stuck either, just like that. We're just going to keep our eyes on that so it's not going to stick. All right, so we have a cute little pocket right here. Cute little pocket right here. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put a little glue right here, right there, to seal the bottom of our pocket. Okay, so cute. Now the other thing we're going to do is we're going to make a cut right here so that there's some flaps going on. And I should have done that before I glued this together. See, having made this one before, I got a little too confident. I'm just going to cut that right down the center. Okay, and I'm inking this because when it's closed, I want it, or when these are like this, I want to see that there's an opening there. That's kind of it, okay? That is our base. That's that's what we're going to be doing. And now we get to do the fun part. We're going to be decorating it and putting things in here, making cute little tags. I'll do a little bit more inking. All right, I'll take care of that. All right, so for the cover, I have these great cutouts, these great card toppers. And this one is so adorable with the little kitty, but we've got the kitty peeking out right here. And I don't want to make this overtly Halloween. This is kind of going into November. So just a cute little peeking out of the black cat. You could certainly put that on the front cover. This paper pack has the kitty kind of hidden throughout it, but I don't think we're going to use that one. So here's the little kitty. So cute. But I think we're going to go with this one instead because we're just focusing sort of on fall and not so much the Halloween thing. We're trying to take this past Halloween. And I know those of you out there who are like, but I have a black cat, you know, well, you can do that on yours. Okay. So we're just going to cut this down a little bit so that we get a little bit of a border of that original paper. Let's see how we're looking. We can do a little bit more. Just sort of randomly trimming here. Like that. Yes. If we go too much farther, we're going to be cutting into the leaves a whole lot. Ooh, I think I cut that one really crooked. Yes. Let's try that one. Okay, I like that. Let's get rid of all our little scrappies. And then, so I'm just going to go ahead and I think just glue this on. This could be a really great flat mail situation. So I'm going to try not to use too much foam tape on here, but sometimes you just gotta use your foam tape. All right, so that's going to go right there. And then we're going to add some greetings, some words, some word stickers or something on there. Add a little bit of dimension on this when we come back. I don't think I got this inked well enough. There we go. Okay. So that's going to be our front cover. Then we're going to go, oops, and we're going to go here. And on this page, I have really cute little cutouts from the cutout page. This is so sweet. It's really thoughtfully done. Relax and watch the leaves fall. If you want to go with a birthday theme or sending hugs your way, pumpkin and spice are calling. A fall note. I also like leaving some blank spaces in here because it's kind of hard to write on heavily patterned paper. So if you just leave a little blank space where you can write, add a note, that's always really nice. So I've already cut out some of these. So that I think would be really cute right there. And then we've got the little thinking of you. And I think I'm going to glue that so that it's even with this side so it's not covering up the beautiful foliage right here. I love that. And yes, I have inked the edges of these. Here's a little tip for you. When you're cutting something out and it has a lot of white around the edges of it, and you're cutting it out, and you're still working on your cutting skills, and maybe you got a little white edge on it, just take a little bit of ink, okay? You don't even need to have one of these. You could just take an old ink pad like this one and just do a little inking on the edge of that. And you know what? If it's close to the same color that you're working on, it'll just make that white edge, they just disappear, and it makes your final project just look so much nicer when you don't have those little white jaggedy pieces. I do that all the time. All right, so there's our opening page. All right, then right here, I wanted to do what I did in that first book, where I have this little opening for a little note. And let me get you the dimensions on this. I just call this kind of a flip out. So it's 12 inches by 3.5 inches. So let's write that down. All right, and then you're going to fold four inches, and from the top, gosh, what is that? 2.5. All right, and I've already inked the edges of this, so we're going to put in just a little rectangle of white or solid cardstock. I've inked the edges of that. That's going to go in there. That's our writing space. If this is a card, then you would write in here. If it's a little journal for a trip, maybe you went and saw the fall leaves, you could do things there. You could put a photo in there. There's lots of tuck spots in this where you could add photos and things like that. As far as the dimensions on this, I just cut it slightly smaller than this. But for those of you who really like that, that's 2 3/4 by 4.5. That's gonna go right there. Okay, so that's gonna go like that. We're gonna make a little closure for that. Now, you could also glue it here, here, and here to make a pocket behind it, and then you could add a photo or a tag behind that. We're just gonna keep it like this for now. All right, so for the closure, you guys, I'm taking my little 1-inch punch, and I'm just going to use a little bit of this polka dot paper. The other side is like this. Usually what I do is sort of take my circle and center it on a flower like that. But I was afraid we'd have too many flowers here. So let's just check it out. Maybe if I do a flower, it's a very different color. Yeah, that works. All right, so ink the edges so it looks all intentional and finished. I like to do that so that it looks like it came out of the paper pack that way, like that little circle was always meant to be there. All right, I'm getting a little foam tape. This is just 1/2 inch wide foam tape. And I'm actually cutting this in half, whoops, because I only want to put foam tape at the bottom half of this, because I'm going to put it like this so that the foam tape is down here. We don't want any tape near that. It's not quite center. Just like that. And then that's your little closure. That's just as easy as can be with a little circle punch. Or you don't even need to do it with a circle punch. You could do it with a square. You could do it with anything. All right, so now we've got this page right here. Okay, it's the back technically. Well, it's not actually technically the back. It's just an inside page. So we could definitely do something on that with one of those other card toppers. That is always so cute. So we've got this one to add in there. I love adding all those mixed papers. Yes, we could still add a cute little guy, but let's do, I think this one is so pretty. Let's go for this one. I had this one cut out and then I've lost it. All right. If you're new to paper crafting, 2 tools I highly, highly recommend. A paper cutter, okay, and a good pair of long shears, scissors, okay, and the kind that are non-stick is really nice because I'm always cutting through sticky stuff like foam tape and glue. And then a tiny pair of scissors for tiny things. There are 3 things that I think are just worth spending your money on, and they're not expensive. So I think I got those scissors like on a 50% off thing, and they were like $10, and I use them constantly. right, so I'm just trimming this down like I did the one on the front because I still want to have a little bit of a border there. Now, you'd think I'd measure, but nah. Okay, there we go. There we go. So next week, you guys, we have a Thanksgiving project coming. So not only will this, the winner for this week's video be announced in next week's video, we do have a Thanksgiving project because it'll be November by then. While I glue this on, I will also mention, don't forget to check out my Instagram because I'm doing just little short videos that have new projects or new paper that I haven't used. And I'm really trying to get my Instagram numbers up. It's hard on Instagram. Instagram's a tough crowd. There we go. All right, so we have this one. We can add a little something to that. All right, so here's our pocket. We're gonna do some little things with that. And then here is this little one. Now, on the original one, I put a little notch there, glued this down, and made this a little pocket. So we could do that again, or we could just leave it with the flaps. So we could leave it like this, and you could have little words here, you could have little words here. We could actually have it be a side-loading pocket this time. Maybe we'll do that to make it different. So I'm taking this 1.5 inch punch again. There we go. And this one, we only have to put glue on this side and this side. There we go. Let that dry. And I'm gonna reach over here and grab all of my little bits and pieces. All right, so here are my other little cutouts. So cute. All right, so on this one, I love the pumpkin spice. Pumpkin and spice are calling. Gotta use it. That is so cute. Right there. And then we flip this open, we've got our beautiful florals here, but nothing over here. I think this is a good place to put one of those tags that I was telling you about where it's like a plain, kind of ghosted back area where it's good to write something. There we go. Okay, and they've got this one, It's Your Birthday, that I'm not going to put on here because whoever wins this, I don't know that they want to be using it for somebody's birthday, but I am going to include it, so I'm just going to set this aside. But then I have this one, it says a fall note that we could put there. Yeah, I think we're going to do the fall note right down here. And instead of like centering it here and kind of having it floating, I like to have it sort of next to the edge so it appears to be anchored. That's just a preference on my part. There we go. All right, now let me take one more look, see if there's anything else I want to use right here. I might do that in our final flip through. All right, so let's do a tag. So cute. So I'm going to be using my tag punch, and there we go. I've got these things picked out for our little tags. So this tag punch has a 1.5 inch wide platform, 2 inch and 2.5 inches wide. So you just need to trim your paper like this, put it in here. I'm going to lift this up so it doesn't shake the camera. Okay, and I just love the little rounded edges of this. So cute. All right, so this one, we've got our vellum, and I do want to just take a scrap here, and I'm going to lay that over that, except, oh, that's not going to work. I need one that's like more narrow. I need one that's the same size. Is this one the same size? Yes, this one will work. The reason I'm doing this is when you layer vellum over paper, it just cuts much more easily. Somebody reminded me of that recently, and I'm like, I know, it just slows me down. But then, if you have to fix it because it punched weird, then how much time did you save, right? All right, so this one, we can just layer over that, see how it's just making that plaid look. And then this one is the 1.5 inch one. And I'm going to take this one, I want to feature those flowers. We're going to put that right there. All right, now we've got this right here. Now I can cut that, but I think I'm just going to tear it. Tearing it just adds a little interest, and vellum tears beautifully. So there we go. Gives you a little extra white edge. All right, and then this one I could use to make another little tag. So we'll see what I do with this one. All right, and then I'm going to ink the edges of this. Okay, I'll finish doing those off camera. And then I've got my twine. I love this twine. This I got at our local thrift store. I think it was maybe used for upholstery. I'm not sure. But it's a beautiful cinnamon brown, and it's got this nubby texture to it. I wish I knew what it was originally for. I love it. And look at all of that. It was $1.95. It was immediately put into my basket. And then I've got some cute little pumpkin charms, which I still need to link in my Amazon thing. I'm having trouble linking that. Sometimes Amazon is stubborn about that. All right, and they're just cute little enamel pumpkins. And I can put that on there too. All right, so I'm going to put these last things together, and then we'll do a little final flip through. All right, we're back for our finished flip through here. So on the front, I just took some little Dazzle stickers, Hugs Friend. I'll link those down in the Paper Wishes items. Just a little bit of brown and ivory gingham ribbon. And then I also put a couple of little heart stickers right here that were from the same sticker collection. All right, so we're going to open this up. We've got our cute little relax and watch the leaves fall, our sweet little kitty with pumpkins. Opening this up for a little journaling spot, a photo, whatever you want to do with that. Another little Dazzle sticker for hello. Then the tag, it's kind of obvious here that you would pull this out. It's got hugs on that. As far as like how I'm using my twine, I wanted to mention I always take something like that's thin like this and I double it. So whether or not you're doing a bow, or you could just, double it like this, then hold it together and then just tie your bow. And then when you trim your tails like that, it looks a little bit more substantial than if it's just a single layer. And I wanted to mention that. Well, actually, I used that on one of the tags. So there's another double layer example. Okay, so we have our little tag that goes in here, little layered tag, because I had to do it. There we go. And then over here, this sort of intended for a gift card. Put that right there. Or, whoops, you could add another tag in there. And I will just include this in there for the winner. Sticks out just like that. Or we can add in it's your birthday. So I'm going to add both of these in for the winner of this, because you guys, I'm giving this away to one of my subscriber friends. So all you have to do to participate is be a subscriber to Lene Creates, like and leave a comment. And then in about a week, I'm going to go back and actually I don't do it. My sister-in-law goes back and she chooses a winner and we put it in next week's video. So that's right. We have to watch 2 videos, today's and next week's. I know it's pretty sneaky of us. So you guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to check out the Instagram. I work hard on these little short videos. And I hope you really like them. Let me know what you think. I'll see you next time.